Is One Marina Gardens still worth buying in the mid-2026, or have you already missed the boat? A lot has changed over the last 15 months with over 600 units already sold out. Average transacted pricing have already safely cleared the 2,900 per square foot mark, meaning the early bird phase 1 pricing is officially phasing out. But before you write off this project or run after the next shiny launch, you need to look at what happens when newer, less prime developments start launching at higher prices with significantly lower growth potential. My name is Danny Han, and today we are executing a data-driven one-year review of One Marina Gardens alongside a deep dive into Marina South master plan, auditing the remaining balance units from an investment and rental yield perspective to see if there's still any money left on the table for you. So before we go into the deep dive, let's take a look at the history of Marina Bay. Almost entire Marina Bay area is actually built on reclaimed land, that's including the sale at Marina Bay Financial Centre and the downtown district. So the land reclamation project began in the early 70s and the final land was added in the 1994. The Marina Square complex was the first building to be built on reclaimed land, which was completed in 1986. In the 1988, UAE unveiled their plans for this area, designating it for iconic landmarks, and true to their words, we actually see iconic developments like the Marina Bay Sands, the sale at Marina Bay, and major office buildings coming up to redefine the Singapore's skyline. A quick look at the project info, we can see that One Marina Gardens is actually in District 1 and is a 99-year leasehold development with 937 residential units, and the TOP has just been updated. So the TOP is likely going to be in a Q3 2028. It is actually integrated with Marina South MRT station and just right beside Garden by the Bay. Marina South MRT station is just one stop to Marina Bay, where you have the MPFC, and 2 stops to Raffles, which is Singapore's Central Business District, so the rental demand and rental rates here are really good. We'll cover more on this on the investment aspect in the later part of the video. So for unit mix, we have 1 to 4 bedrooms here, but the 1 bedrooms are already fully sold and the pricing start from just $1.1 million back then. For 2 bedders, we have 418 units. And for the 3 bedders, we have up to 239 units. It is also quite interesting because we have 3-bedroom dual key layouts in One Marina Garden. So for people who are looking for a pure investment, this could be a very good option for you because there are not many options for 3-bedroom dual keys in the whole of District 1 and 2. And if we look at it, the 3 and 4 bedroom units make up of about 279 units only, which is about 30% of the whole development. So we can see this whole development is geared more towards investment angle. So at the moment, we are already almost 70% sold at 635 units and closing towards the 70% mark. If you look at the price trend here, last year actually the sale momentum was going down. But since the beginning of this year, you can see the sale momentum has been going up already. So in the most recent month, last month in April, we have already about close to 30 units sold. So this means that we are selling almost 1 unit per day. So why has the sale momentum picked up after months of being stagnant? Is it still worth looking into it? And why are buyers coming back into One Marina Garden? Well, I believe it is because of 2 main reasons. The first reason is that the price gap is getting more prominent, that the buyers are seeing more upside here than a downside risk. So when One Marina Garden was first launched, it was a brand new empty piece of land and buyers were very skeptical of the future developments in this area. But these have changed, and also there are more major developments being announced, solidifying the future value of this area. So if we look at some of the recent launches, the Villa Bay is sold 72% at an average of 2,886 per square foot. This is almost the same as One Marina Gardens per square foot. But Villa Bay is far out in the east, it is next to Bayshore MRT station. Also, Binary Residences in Tampines West sold about 92.5% at launch at about 2,546 per square foot on average, and also this is in the far east part of the Singapore. So if we look at One Marina Garden in the prime District 1 with much higher rental demands, we can justify the prices here to be quite reasonable. So now let's take a look at One Marina Gardens compared to other new launches in a similar location in the central area like in District 1, 2, 3 or 9. So we can see that One Marina Garden is actually in blue. Its average per square foot is about 2,898 per square foot. And out of all this list, only One Marina Gardens and Zion Grand are actually integrated with MRT station. You can see Zion Grand's per square foot is average per square foot is about 3,003 per square foot, which is significantly higher. So there's already about $500 per square foot gap between One Marina Gardens and Zion Grand. Both are integrated with the MRT station. And if we look at another development in District 1, which is W Marina Residence at Marina View, the PSF is significantly higher at about 3,884 per square foot. So One Marina Garden price is significantly lower than the counterpart in District 1. We also have River Modern and Promenade Peak, which the per square foot is close to the 3.3 range, and we see a very safe buffer when we compare it against One Marina Garden. So Because some of these units, the layout could also play a factor in the PSF. So to look at even more accurate analysis, we're also going to compare the price quantum for both the 3 and 2 bedder. So in this chart, we are comparing the 3-bedroom prices of One Marina Garden versus the other units. You can see One Marina Gardens price is significantly lower than all the other launches, with Zion Grand 3 bedrooms coming at $2.74 million. So you can see the price difference when we compare to a unit in, let's say, Promenade Peak. The price difference is significant, it's up to $500,000. So there's actually an instant price gap already when we're comparing to Promenade Peak here and actually all the other launches in the central area as well. So next, let's take a look at the 2 bedrooms. You can see 2 bedrooms here also have a similar price gap, with One Marina Garden 2 bedrooms starting from just $1.876 million. So here we are only comparing the 2-bed 2-bath and not the 2-bed 1-bath, which I actually see it more like a 1+ study. So with such a huge price gap, I think it is no wonder the buyers are coming into One Marina Gardens and actually committing to the purchase here for their long-term investment. Okay, now let's take a look at the master plan. We can see One Marina Gardens is actually in this red paint in the light red zoning. So what does this color means? It means that this low zoning is actually for residential with commercial on the first story. So that you can see the next few plots are also zoned similarly. So you can expect to see more shops coming into this whole area once the future launches are coming in. What is also interesting is that in 2 years ago, in 2024, there's this developer, Land actually came in to bid for the plot of land in white here. So this white plot of land, and the land bid was actually very low. So if we zoom into the article, we can see that the land bid was actually just 984 per square foot per plot ratio for One Marina Garden, and this is actually 30% lower. So in the end, guess what happened? UIA didn't award the land to the developer, which is a very strong signal that the government is actually protecting the land value in this area in Marina South. I mean, after all, they spent a lot of years to slowly plan and reclaim this whole area in Marina Bay. This to me, I believe, is a very strong signal that the government see this plot of land as a very prime area in Singapore. So another interesting thing is that if we look at the red pink land right beside us, it is actually divided into 2. If you go back here, if you zoom in into this area here, this plot of land, you can see there's actually a line in the middle. So it's actually divided into 2. So now let's take a look at it on the next slide, and you can see that this small plot of land is actually, one is 10-story and the other one is 30-story. And this plot of land here is not released for sale yet. So at the moment, this plot of land I'm going to use another color in blue here, and this plot of land, they are open for tender, meaning they could be sold very soon, and there will be 2 potential developments coming up here. And if you look at the building height plan for this plot in below here, you can see it's already all planned out by URA. You can see there will be one tower here about 164 meter. So to put it into reference, this will be almost the same building height as our taller block, which is here. So in One Marina Garden, we have one taller block and one shorter block, which I will go into details later on. Okay, now these are the upcoming plans in Marina South area, and there are a lot of exciting news, and this news here just came out a few days ago in May 2026, and it says that there's going to be a new integrated ferry terminal, will be about 1.5 times the size of the current one. So there are also land reclamation projects coming up in this area, and along that there will be a new meetings, incentive, conventions and exhibition hubs, MICE, also coming up. And this will be, so this new hub will complement the Suntec City and MBS, allowing Singapore to host larger and simultaneous global events. So this hub isn't just for business, it also includes accommodation, dining, retail and entertainment. So we can see here where is the exact location of MICE going to be, MICE, so it's going to be somewhere here, which is in between Marina Bay Station and Marina South MRT Station. And you can see in the red pin, that's where One Marina Gardens is, so it's actually very near to this new MIC building. There's also going to be a new wellness attraction at Marina South to open by 2030. So this is going to be by the Thermal Group. So this is the jewel of Marina Bay, a massive 1 billion wellness attraction by Term Group is going to come into the Marina South coastal side by 2030. So One Marina Garden TOP is going to be in 2028 Q3, just going to be 2 years after the TOP. So there's also going to be a green connectivity. A new 4 hectares public park will actually link Marina Barrage directly to this attraction, creating a seamless green corridor for the residents. New enhancements are also coming into Gardens by the Bay, with Team Lab coming in to develop Wetlands by the Bay, which will feature over 600 mangrove and coastal plants. It will feature a unique pedal kayak experience through immersive digital and natural landscapes, further solidifying Gardens by the Bay as a global tourist attraction. There will also be a canopy boardwalk that will link Gardens by the Bay station directly to these key attractions, making the commute from One Marina Gardens even more scenic and seamless. There will also be a new dining experience, a revamped Satay by the Bay concept with a refreshed waterfront dining experience. So this will all be just walking distance from One Marina Gardens. There will also be a glade lawn, a new 3,500 square meter area dedicated for events and community activities. So this whole area is not just going to be a tourist attraction, but also going to be a very communal and lively area in the future. So the construction starts in Q1 2027 with progressive openings by the end 2028, which align perfectly with the TOP of One Marina Gardens. So now let's also look into the entire master plan for the Marina South area by URA. So this plan has already been in place for a few years, and you can see there will be elevated landscape bridges somewhere here, elevated landscape bridges. There will also be a new Marina Coastal Park, which is over here, and this will be developed by the Term Group. So the Marina South area is also designed to be a 10-minute neighborhood, so you can see everything you need from your barber, childcare, healthcare. All these will be planned into Marina South area and will be just 10 minutes walk from One Marina Gardens. So these are the upcoming plans. You can see the elevated landscape bridge, plaza, and all the 10 minutes neighborhood, and all these are actually drawn by URA itself, not by the developer. So you know when URA plans something, they will most likely make it happen. Now we're going to take a deeper dive into project analysis. So we can see here, this is a site plan for One Marina Gardens. We have a 50-meter lap pool over here. But yeah, there's no tennis court in One Marina Garden. That's a downer. There's also a children play pool over on this side, which actually has a water slide, which is quite interesting. So as for the building, we have two blocks in One Marina Gardens. One of them is 45-story, the other one is a 30-story residential building. There will also be sky gardens in between, like here. One of the things I like is that on the 45th story of the taller block, we will have a gym, and this gym will be facing towards Marina Bay Sands. Not many condo gyms in Singapore will come with this kind of nice views. So as you can see, One Marina Garden, it will be the first development to be launched in this whole area. This plot of land here was actually bid at a very low land price during the Trump administration, where the economic outlook was very weak, and the government actually rejected this land bid. So you can see that there's a very strong land price protection for this whole area. And I also believe that the plan by URA is to develop this part of the Marina South first. So for One Marina Gardens, there are two main facing. Actually, there are three facing, but two are the majority. One is this northeast view, which is actually facing the future condo development with commercial units below on the level 1. So if you want a more permanent unblocked view, I do have certain stacks that I've earmarked for you, so just get in touch with me. So for the southwest view, this is the second major view. So these units here will be facing towards the Sentosa here, and you will see the cruise center, and your new MICE building development will also be here on this side. So I kind of prefer this view more because you have a little bit of the sea view, but also if you look towards the right side here, you will also see the CBD view. And I've also earmarked the best stacks here with the best value that will give you the most optimal view for the least entry prices. So we also have the western view. This is for the prime units in One Marina Gardens because they are looking directly towards Marina Bay Sands and also Garden by the Bay. So our biggest layout, the 4-bedder, is actually facing towards this direction. Surprisingly, the 4 bedrooms in One Marina Gardens are selling very fast since day one. There are not too many units left, so if you want to take a look at the unit availability, you can also get in touch with me. There are also some units with pocket eastern view, and 3-bedroom dual key is one of them. So this is actually facing directly almost towards the south area, and you have a very nice view in the sea view. So now we're going to look at the project analysis. For the 2-bedders, you can see that the prices start from just 1.87 million, and this is today I'm recording on the 17th of May, so of course the prices may change, but as of now, these are the latest prices. You can see the PSF for this unit is actually 2856 per square foot. So this is the cheapest 2-bedroom unit in One Marina Gardens. We also have many more different 2-bedroom layouts like 2 plus study or 2-bedroom 2 bath with bomb shelter. And one thing I like about One Marina Garden is there are no 2-bed 1 bath here. So even at 657 square feet, the developer managed to slot in 2 bathrooms, and it also comes with an enclosable kitchen here, which is a very efficient layout, dumbbell layout. And even if you look at the per square foot at 28856, this is actually post harmonized. So if you were to convert it to a pre-harmonized per square foot, this kind of per square foot is actually at 2627 per square foot only, which is actually almost similar to some of the launches in the East Coast area, which I will touch a bit more later on. And this is also the lowest entry price unit for a 3-bedroom layout, and you can see it's a 904 square feet, and it even comes with a bomb shelter and 3 proper bedrooms. And one of the unique feature of this One Marina Garden is also that some of the units here come with a curved glass here, so you have no dead wall here, so you have a very nice view towards here. And per square foot is 2604 pre-harmonized, but if you are doing post-harmonized it's 2831. Entry price is still below the $2.6 million mark. This is actually one of the star buy stacks and the star buy units that I will highly recommend. We also have the 4-bedroom layout. Before the 4-bedroom layout, there's also a 3-bedroom dual key layout, which I think is super optimal for rental yield and also investment. So if you want a full deck of brochure, floor plan, or take a look at the Showflat, just get in touch with me and I'll be happy to see you there. So the 4-bedroom layout, this stack is, we only have one stack of 4-bedroom, 1647 square feet in size, starting from 2898 per square foot. So if you were to compare to Tembusu Grand, which was launched in 2023, it actually sold 53% on the launch day. And what I want to highlight is here, when it was launched at 2465 per square foot. Why do I bring up Tembusu Grand is because this is one of the last pre-harmonized development. So One Marina Garden at just about 26 something per square foot pre-harmonized, the gap is actually very little, and Tembusu Grand is actually very far away from the MRT, and there are no shops right below, whereas One Marina Gardens has shop below and also directly linked to MRT. And if you're also looking at the future development potentials, this area has not much development coming in, but in One Marina Gardens there are so many multi-billion dollar projects coming in. So which is a better investment option? And of course we are not accounting for inflation, so you also account for inflation here 3 years since then, let's say 3% per annum. So the prices for Tembusu Grand accounting for inflation should be 2693, which is actually the same as One Marina Gardens now, but One Marina Gardens is in District 1. So next, let's take a look at the investment analysis. So these are using the rentals from the sale at Marina Bay, which is nearby, also linked to MRT station. So we are looking at a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom and 4 bedrooms. Maybe it's too small to see, so I'll just extract out the data for you. So the 2 bedrooms are renting for 6,003 to about 8,008 per month. The 3-bedders are renting for about 6,008 to 15,000 per month, and the 4-bedders are renting for about 8,005 to 16,000 per month. And here's a summary of my investment analysis on One Marina Gardens. This is pretty comprehensive, where I benchmark the property on many parameters such as your price gap to similar new launches, resale condos, and also rentability, cash flow, schools and exit strategy. This took me a while to prepare, but here's a scoring. Drum rolls please. 82%. I mean, it would have done better if there were primary schools nearby, but if primary school is not really a concern for you, then this really is one of the best buys on the market. So who would buy into this area? Well, foreigners who turn PR, they love this area. More and more married couples are also opting not to have kids. Anyway, I am optimistic that the demand for this area will grow stronger as we start to see that the Marina South transformation start taking place. So this concludes our analysis of One Marina Gardens. I hope this breakdown gives you a clearer picture of how it stacks up on the market. If you have any questions about the data, just drop a comment down below and let me know which project you want to see scored next. Property planning can be overwhelming, which is why I work closely with my clients to reverse engineer the whole process, starting with the ironclad financial prudency, identifying undervalued units, and structuring a rock-solid exit strategy. If you want a personalized, data-backed strategy for your next property purchases, feel free to reach out via the link below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.